Yes, it does, because there are so many titles out there, there are so many magazines, and now these days there's websites and specialist interest TV channels that are all after people with a specialism or a specific knowledge. There are mainstream newspapers, there are national newspapers, but the jobs on those are very few and far between. When you are freelance, what a lot of editors are after are people that understand an industry, a sector, an interest, whatever it is. People who are geeks about whatever it is they're writing about. Well, I think that the experience of the London Evening Standard has shown that an evening city-based newspaper can be profitable. Some people doubted whether it would work, but the newspaper was taken over a couple of years ago by Alexander Lebedev, who made his billions in the oil trade. And close to 500,000 people read it every day, and you won't find a tube carriage in London where people aren't reading it. And I just wonder whether that's the model that regional newspapers across the country might copy. I think two ways. One way is that stories don't come from technology, they come from people. They come from sources, and in that respect, Twitter's no different than just, age-old reporting. Twitter's a great way to build up relationships with people, to talk to people. People will tell you things. So it's a great way to just get relationships and contacts. The second way is that you can track topics, so you can use search. So you can create a column on TweetDeck that will just tell you exactly what you're after, whether that's a search term, a specific hashtag, something to do with the industry or the sector that you cover, it might be a town that you cover. If you want to know what's going on in your patch, you should be looking at what people are saying online about it. I don't think this debate matters as much as some people think it does. Whether someone's a journalist or not, I don't particularly care. All I care about is it interesting? Is it true? Is it factual? Of course, there are a lot of blogs that are rubbish. Some are fantastic. There are a lot of newspaper stories that aren't correct and never get corrected. There are newspaper stories that are fantastic and they're true. So it's not about the medium, it's about the content. It doesn't matter where something's published, it's all about the actual story. And there's nothing to say that someone who is an individual, not a trained journalist, doesn't have the skills, might not have an NCTJ qualification. There's nothing to say that they can't do something that's every bit as good as something that's published in a newspaper. I don't know if it's a journalistic tool, but I'm quite interested by Foursquare, which is a location-based mobile app. So it lets you check in, so to speak, to a place. So when you are physically in a space, your iPhone uses its GPS technology to then add you as a person that's in the place. And I wonder what the model might be for news organisations to use that, to mix their readers' physical presence with specific content. So to give you an example, if Time Out London had a series of guides to do with different bars and restaurants, what about going into a bar, opening your Foursquare app and being given the review? So it's location-based journalism. I think it's a brilliant time to be a journalist because the rules are changing very fast. And there is so much opportunity for someone to enter the industry now with a good understanding of where it's going. It might well be that the pace of change slows down. It might never be this fast ever again in publishing. It really is a revolution. And to be around while the revolution is going on, I think, is a really interesting thing.